Hey there, crypto miner.
Who, me?
No, the other guy with the pocket protector. Yes, you. Are you looking for a reliable multi-pool that automatically mines the most profitable altcoin, converts them to your favorite supernet coin, and sends them straight to your wallet?
Well, I don't.
Well, look no further. Head on over to altnuts.com today. Got all your old favorites like X11, Scripts, SHA-256, ready to turn your hash into cash. Currently paying out tasty supernet flavors like Opal Coin, Bitcoin Dart, VPN Coin, and Vericoin. Stop by the Supernet Multipool today at www.altnuts.com.
This is Supernet Radio, live at supernetradio.com.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night for some of you. It is morning for me. I'm working the overnight lately. And today we come to you with BGCAFFE. It is an NXT asset. Those of you who are not into NXT should get into NXT. BGCAFFE is a very interesting asset. It's probably the only brick and mortar asset I know, apart from the Opal coin one, but that's a coin. This is more of an asset, which still they both work on the blockchain, but that's neither here nor there. Today we have Philippe on the line.
Hi guys.
What's up, Philippe?
Good, all good. Yeah, it's 10 p.m. in the evening, so we're a little bit on the opposite ends of the time zone.
Yeah, I know it's been really difficult trying to get this together with you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we made it.
Hey, me too. So what's your part in BGCAFFE?
Well, I've been involved in NXT since last year around February, and quite passionate, of course, around the whole cryptocurrency community, and been following NXT quite avidly. And one of the things that I've always wanted was to give a more real world application to NXT. And when the asset exchange launched in around May last year, I knew that was the perfect time to do something. And we had just opened up a small coffee shop at the office park where we work. And we decided to actually launch a loyalty asset for that. And that was the start of it. So that was around last year in May, and we've been running for just over a year on the asset exchange.
So you made at first it started like loyalty points?
Well, at first we thought it's well, you can read on the initial statement. It's kind of like a loyalty asset that buys you a guaranteed payment in NXT every month based on 50% profit estimation of the shop. So that's basically how we formalized it, and it's been going like that since May last year. We haven't missed a single month, and we're continuing it now with the second shop that's just launched. So the first stage of shares was sold out actually instantaneously by somebody. They actually bought up the whole launch, but that was a bit of an advantageous move from him, because he actually just went and posted the shares at a higher price after that, knowing that we were going to sell the first batch at 30 NXT, and the second batch is now launched at 40 NXT.
Oh, no,
So
I got some of those. I got quite a few. I'm loyal.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you didn't see a lot of the guys. Yes, I mean, a few guys bought in as well before him, and some after. And I see most of the people who are buying the loyalty asset are actually just holding it because it's a very solid investment in terms of being a brick and mortar business. It's not like the crypto mining assets and other assets that seem to close down as fast as they start up.
So it's safe to say you're the creator, you're the CEO of this.
Yeah, I started the first one. Obviously, our team's expanded now. I mean, we're almost at about 6 people. from chefs to we've just hired our operations manager now, which is really helping us. So the business is really growing, and I think on the horizon there are certain things that we want to do. We definitely want to become one of the first crypto assets that are really bound by a solid legal framework. So we are trying to move it from just being a loyalty asset that's a promise from us to a real, actual, maybe a smart contract bound by some sort of legal framework.
Right.
But that has been proving to be quite a challenge. I mean, we're trying to investigate what are the limitations of the legal frameworks in the country we're in versus having offshore options. So that is where we're trying to move to. It's going to take time, but we want to do it properly, and we definitely want to be around, for the long term and give NXT and crypto community in general a really solid way to get involved in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, these regulations, they're a problem.
They are, but it's getting. I mean, with the USA, for example, just releasing a bill last month, it was a promising move where you can raise up to $40 million through crowdfunding. You can see that there are governments that are warming up to it for the potential of it creating small businesses and fostering innovation. So we've got to look at the positive side of it and try to move towards that and show that it is a sustainable way of doing business. And I think the more people who do that are going to give a more solid foundation to cryptocurrency.
Right. Lately there's been a quite a huge rise in the amount of interest in crypto. I don't know if you noticed.
For sure,
a lot of coins going up, the price of Bitcoin going up, right?
Yeah, I think it's linked to the volatility of China. You saw with China's stock market crashing.
Yep.
And then I think the first rise, the smaller one, was probably linked to the unfortunate situation that Greece is in. But definitely looking like cryptocurrencies are offering people a safe haven from volatile fiat currencies, which is a good sign, I think. But we'll see how things play out.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Tell me about the cafe. I mean, is it a real cafe? I go in there, get a little mocha latte.
Yeah, it's a real cafe. It's currently, I mean, we're even doing breakfast and lunch. We really put a lot of passion in supporting local farmers. So we do go the organic route or naturally grown. We're really trying to be a homegrown type company that actually supports other small businesses.
Do you guys accept the crypto?
We've made the offer to accept crypto. Unfortunately, a lot of the customers don't pay in it. The reason being, I think mainly because NXT is very difficult to pay at the moment with your mobile or something. There still needs to be a good mobile app for NXT.
Oh.
And Bitcoin's a bit slow to pay in shop, and most of our customers are actual people that work in the building, so they have accounts and they just have a card. They have a member account, so they swipe their card and then they can settle the bill at the end of the month. So, or they load up front credits. So if that's a possible solution, but we're slowly trying to introduce it to more people. At the moment, it is a little bit slow, but I think it's mainly because of the NXT wallet being difficult to run. So I've really been impressed with the online web wallet, the my NXT, I believe.
It's nice not having to load that blockchain, right?
Yeah, the my NXT is the first time. I mean, kudos to those guys for giving us an easy way for getting our customers and interested people to own NXT wallets and buy assets.
There's also the SuperNet Lite wallet. You try the SuperNet Lite wallet? 2.0.
I haven't tried that yet. I'll definitely give that a try.
It saved my ass one day at work.
Yeah.
Instead of having to download that huge blockchain, I was like, let me try the SuperNet Lite wallet, and it's just like the online wallet. It works amazing. And there's
I'll definitely
more functions.
Take a look at that. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. But I think, really, I think guys need to work on. I mean, something that we've wanted to do as well is build a mobile wallet there is the MyNext mobile wallet, but it's still not 100%. But as soon as we get a NXT mobile wallet that really works efficiently,
So so
um,
so how does crypto tie to the cafe? Do the loyalty points get them a discount? So if they own BG Cafe, they get a discount.
at the moment, owning the loyalty assets just gives you the NXT payment every month. But we were considering giving our, members, the loyalty asset holders, other privileges like getting a free coffee every month. So those are things that are on the cards. And we're looking at other benefits. We're even thinking of having options of people who own certain amounts of loyalty assets actually coming into the cafe and spending a day with the chef and actually, getting to cook something together and making it like a community experience. We had an offer from one guy in Belgium that actually said he wants to come give us his recipe for waffles.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, we really want to build a community out of this. Something more than just the shop, and we have a really close relationship with our staff. We want them to feel like part of the brand and also buy into the concept as well. So we're trying to make them shareholders as well, organically grow the business, and attract the right type of people.
Yeah, you
So that
you'd be surprised if you offer like 5%, to owners of your asset. How many people will quickly learn what the crypto world is?
yeah
If right now, as if there's nothing, they look at you like you have three heads when you mention crypto.
yeah
But you tell them that there's some type of discount, that there's a sale. You see, first the girls learn really fast. They noticed. So as soon as they say, you tell them they can save money, and then the guys usually catch up afterwards.
Yeah, well, I definitely think that's on the cards for us. So, with our member program, because we do have a membership program. So if you sign up as a member, obviously you can accumulate points. We're looking at tying that into the loyalty system and actually paying the points out as the NXT asset. But that requires a bit of development, and like I said, I think the big move we're waiting for is to secure a good online wallet, a mobile wallet, because we want the entire sort of experience to happen through your mobile, to
Right.
be seamless and easy. And I think that is something we're definitely looking at. Coming from a development background myself, I'm a developer as well.
Oh
Um,
well, if you should come and join SuperNet Slack, because in SuperNet Slack you'll find other developers that could help you with your project. If you are creating a mobile NXT brain
well,
wallet.
yeah, we'll definitely do that after this.
There's the guy. There's the Liaf. We interviewed him before. He's the developer of NXT, and he
Okay.
could probably help you big time because he's the developer of NXT.
Well,
So
definitely. I mean, it's something I'd like to get into more touch with the rest of the NXT community and see what we can do together. I'm open to ideas.
hmm yeah, is that your only store that you have?
At the,
Where's that located?
it's located in Pretoria, South Africa.
Oh, nice.
So we're opening a second one now, that we've launched we've posted some photos of. That's nearby in the same vicinity. We're probably going to keep a couple of the first ones in the same vicinity just for logistic reasons. But definitely looking at trying to expand to other areas. We've had a lot of interest now to move to Johannesburg, which is a bigger city than Pretoria, but and quite close by. And then we'll see where we go from there. But just also want to grow responsibly. Don't want to let it go too fast. We're trying to keep the quality and the vision true. Otherwise sometimes you sort of disperse yourself and lose control of it a little bit.
Hey, you
But
you,
it's
you
going well
sound
so far.
you sound very professional to me. I mean, if I wanted to invest in some type of brick and mortar business, you sound like you have the know-how to get it done.
Well, I've been in business for 15 years, running my own company. which has grown. So I've been through a few ups and downs, and I have some experience behind me. But I think that the most important concept that we bring to the table here is a new way of doing business in terms of giving more back to the people that are involved. It's in the philosophy of cryptocurrency, of openness. And, the big thing for us is the staff buying into the business, owning, having share, actually becoming a part of it. That way you're creating a really solid foundation in the business. It's not just treating people as replaceable labor,
Right.
and I think that that's what makes cryptocurrency powerful. It's when you take a concept and you put community behind it, you've got something that becomes less breakable, can grow more in phenomenal
Right.
ways.
Right.
So yeah, that's really the vision behind the concept.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm sorry. My concentration was just broken by a caller. Uh, what was I gonna say? So you're looking to open up more cafes. That's always a good thing for investors.
Yes.
And are you looking to expand the cafe maybe to more, maybe to like a bakery?
Well, this next one actually has a bakery in it. So this is really giving us the option to try out a lot of the things we wanted to do, from going from more just a normal sort of coffee shop environment where you just making breakfasts and coffees and stuff, to actually making our own breads, lasagnas, all sorts of other baked and roast goods.
Oh wow,
So we're
it's
really
cooking.
going a step up with this shop. We think it's going to be quite a phenomenal experience to come eat at us, and also because we're actually in an area now with a far bigger market capacity. We can do more. We've got a definite bigger. So this shop's really going to set the bar for the future ones. And I think in the next 2 to 3 months we can expect quite a good result.
Nice. I assume this is a side project. What do you do? What do you do for your regular job?
Regular job, I'm a developer, boring developer, do business software and work on large sort of
Like,
actually design road management software and stuff like that. So
is that like
so
JD?
that's
Is that like JD Edwards or SAP?
no, we work directly with building. It's a custom system that we built up over the
Uh,
last couple of years using Oracle and .NET. So pretty business orientated developer, but I've also dabbled, in a lot of the open source type of things like PHP, Node.js. So I'm familiar with those areas, but haven't had the real time to get there. I mean, ultimately, maybe in a year or two, if these things start to take off, I'd like to put my full time behind it. But like everybody, I think for now I've got to stick to the day job to keep things going.
are there any plans to open shops in Europe? And this question is coming from Jal. He's one of the he
Well,
he's been in SuperNet Slack for a long time.
Well, I'm actually from, well, my heritage is from Greece, and
Oh,
I was actually there just a month ago and looking at the options of doing something in Greece, but unfortunately, with this horrible crisis that they've hit, I'm in a little bit limbo there. But I'm open to. I've had offers for somebody in the UK. So if there are budding entrepreneurs out there that want to join onto the system, we can always talk, and or even I can just share my experiences. We really want to see this business model succeeding um, in other countries, and maybe even doing a collaboration. So I'm very open to ideas. Even taking the brand there as well is something that we wanted to do. But I think we first need to really get that legal framework set up. That is our next priority
so
before
the,
expanding too far.
so will this be like a franchise that spans across the world?
Yes, we could do it like that, but I think with having blockchain technology there, it's more looking like a DAC. I'd more want to go towards the route of a digital autonomous company than the traditional franchise model. so that it becomes a platform that people can build on, and we can all benefit from. So my ultimate vision would definitely be to find entrepreneurs around the world that are passionate about food, or baking, or whatever their passion is, and have this umbrella company, or this DAC there available for them to actually come underneath and have a secure framework that they can get their passion out into.
I have
Because
I have a
Hmm?
passion for food.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I love it, but it doesn't love me in return.
Well, I mean, you can always work on that.
It's a bad relationship. It's-
Is it just a consuming passion?
well, actually, I was a baker in a former life, so
Oh, okay.
I make I make the best rainbow cookies you ever seen. I use real almond paste, and
Yeah.
I use the raspberry jam with the seeds. Oh, so good.
Wow.
And dark
Yeah. Well, I
chocolate at the
mean,
top, at the bottom.
I think like I said, I mean, there's so many people out there that are in careers that are not really their passion. I mean, it would be great if we all had an opportunity to start something that we love, and get that kickstart, be able to actually have a well oiled framework that can get you started, because that's the hardest part. When you start a business, there's so many things that can go wrong. I mean, there's from just first of all getting the capital together, then also most people are maybe good at one particular area, but they don't know how to set up the financial area or HR area, or all those things. So I mean, if we can provide that framework, but on a lightweight basis, then
Right.
it just becomes so much more easy for other people to get started in business. I mean, that's what we desperately need,
How
I
would
think.
how would somebody get in contact with you if they wanted to propose, say they're already opening up a shop, and they
Yeah.
wanted to propose, cooperation with BG Cafe.
Well,
You
they can get
become
us on the NXT forum. We are, as the BGCAFFE user. You can post to us there, and we'll answer. There were a couple of people that have actually have contacted us just to ask questions and propose things. So we're always open to suggestions.
you'll get a lot of suggestions in SuperNet. You jump into the SuperNet Slack,
Okay.
they will peel it apart piece by
Well, I'm
piece.
I'm definitely going to make some time to sign up there and get to know the guys.
Uh, it's it's definitely the place to be. I mean, I gotta take a break from it at times. There's just way too much information.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're signed up to all the channels like I am, there's just way too much information. You could be on here all day. Like, oh, that's interesting. Oh wow, holy,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Sometimes even the forums draw you in, so I can imagine. Yeah. But it's definitely something that will put more effort into. As this becomes a bigger and bigger project, it's becoming easier to dedicate more time to it. So
so did you have an interest in food before you started?
well,
You said most people do.
yeah, I think most people do, at least if it's just in the manner of eating it or enjoying it. But yeah, I've always liked traveling and trying out different tastes. I won't say I'm particularly good at cooking myself, but I really enjoy trying different things, and I enjoy high quality ingredients but not in the sense of exotic or whatever. Just good wholesome food like you get when you go to Italy or Greece. The guys it's still local farmers producing things, and you can really taste the difference. You can really feel that quality, and that's what we're trying to bring to other areas. To people who are not familiar with that, and I believe it's working. A lot of the people in the building, in the beginning, never really.
It's gonna it it's gonna take some time. It's definitely
It,
gonna
it
take some time.
it takes time, but it actually grows into their own sense of taste, where they start to actually being able to really taste the difference between the stuff we're doing and what your regular fast food places are giving.
Jarl wants to know: do you sell goods online?
No, we don't do that at the moment. I don't
Why
know
not?
what we'd sell. We don't really have anything all our stuff's really perishable. So yeah, we,
You have to put more. You have to put more of those ingredients that make it last longer.
yeah,
Preservatives.
that's the stuff that we don't want to put in. But I mean, we could do like BG Cafe cups and T-shirts and put them on the NXT goods store. See if they go, if people are interested. But there's some big news coming in the next 2 weeks about a rebranding. Um,
Oh,
we've
really?
done a lot of market research, and the Buongiorno Caffe, the original concept, is a bit
Right.
difficult for the locals in South Africa to pronounce and stuff. So we're going to be rebranding. It doesn't affect the assets. The asset name will still stay the same for now. Otherwise, at a later stage, we could do an asset swap, but it'd be a one-to-one, so it would have no effect
Right.
on your asset holding. But I think there's exciting new branding coming up. We've been working with our graphic designer and really, trying to come up with the final branding that's going to wow people, and it's also going to help us pitch the idea to new office parks, because a lot of the office parks that we're trying to get into are the more P grade, upper grade office parks, and they want a slick concept to go with it. Um,
I would think that an Italian, place would do really well in foreign markets. You know,
it's fine.
considering it, there's so many Italian restaurants here in New York.
Yeah, I don't think that's the part that doesn't go down well. I just think it's very difficult for local people to say buongiorno. And also the other problem is that it's landed up being called BG Cafe, and
Right.
that wasn't the original name. So we're looking for a name that will also appeal to the local market, and something that can be branded that fits in line with our business model, because our business model is a little bit different. We have targeted a market that is not as closed as the traditional shopping centers and malls. So we are trying to get into the business space, where currently there is only like a little canteen or something silly like that, and it's really working well because people find it convenient, and also we get a very close relationship with our customers, which offers us the ability to introduce them to NXT. Also, our way of thinking about food, going more local produce, organic. It's something that you have to build a relationship with, but that has its advantages. But it
Maybe
doesn't.
maybe on those cards that you give them, maybe you could put like a QR code on them and make them like little wallets, just by putting a QR code on it.
That's a brilliant idea. I'll
And then
definitely run
and
that.
then they could
Yeah.
you could fill it up maybe with like 10 NXT, get them started and show them how to use it with a scanner right next to the cash register.
And how are you? And then give them their private key, maybe like an envelope or something. So
Yeah.
you get a card and a private key. You just have to make sure that they're printed securely, that nobody has access to them.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you'd make one person, maybe only yourself, you know,
yeah,
so people would trust it.
for sure. Yeah. No, that's a brilliant idea. Definitely we'll look at that. Thanks for that. Yeah. It's a nice like token way to get people interested in it.
What's the website for BJ Cafe?
There's an abbreviated website, bg.cafe with a double F, and then there's Buongiorno Cafe.
.com.
.co.za. I can send you.
.co.
.za. I'll send you the link quickly.
Yes, send it over. I'll paste it inside the Slack for the guys. They're asking.
Yeah.
So-
And then the Facebook page as well, all the links on the site. So you can grab our Facebook page.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. I know that. Io può parlare l'italiano.
My Italian is not that great. Greek's better.
That's Andreas Antonopoulos. Keeps calling me.
Does he want to chat?
I come up with great ideas all the time. People keep calling me for my ideas. There we go. I got the link. Cool. paste it for the guys over here. So I've been seeing BGCAFFE in a lot of people's wallets for a long time. I didn't even know it was a cafe till I looked into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you really don't know. You can't, like BGCAFFE. You would think it's like somebody selling coffee online.
Yeah, I suppose I don't know what else to call it, but I mean, I think a lot of people. We've had some early adopters that have supported us from the beginning, and some early skeptics as well that thought that we were a scam. So I'm glad to say that we're still going strong after a year, and I think we're only going to get stronger.
Well, you can't blame them. There's a lot of scammers out there.
I don't blame them, no, not at all. I mean, it's an unfortunate thing, but that's why I say, I mean, no matter what, our next steps are to definitely get to a more solid sort of contract that we can put in place. Because I mean, this concept can really grow, and with the more security we're giving our asset investors, the better it is for us as well.
So Jal is a funny guy. He's we have a lot of characters here in the Supernet. So you broke my concentration. That's funny. All right, so yeah, I just linked him the link. So he says thank you. What was I gonna say? Oh, so what's this new name gonna be? I mean, is it gonna be? Don't make it too simple.
No,
a lot of foreigners, a lot of if you see all these, Chinese food places,
yeah,
they make the name too simple.
Like Ming or what?
It's like Good Kitchen or Big Kitchen, or Big Wok.
Okay.
Or King Kitchen. They kind of sound really funny to me.
Closer to the end of August, when the branding's in place, we'll do a little launch and put some links on the forum and the Facebook page, so you guys can come check it out and tell us what you think.
Oh, definitely.
Look, I mean, the other thing is, I mean, as we open more and more cafes, we don't have to keep all the names the same. We were already discussing an option of perhaps even listing parallel assets for different concepts, and then an overall top asset that kind of invests in each of them. So there's all sorts of things that we can do, and that's the beauty of the blockchain. It gives you that flexibility.
Yeah, and then with that, with the signing of 3 people, what's that called?
The multi-signatures.
Yeah, the multi-signature.
Yeah,
that'll allow for a lot more later on with business partners.
Yeah, I mean, phased transactions are definitely something we want to look at to protect the wallets. So at the moment, I'm the only one that secures the wallet, and we have a backup printed key that we keep in a safe. But that's still not a foolproof system. Eventually we're going to want some sort of multi-phase transaction that can secure the wallets. So even if one of the stakeholders gets hacked, they still need the other 2 to do major transactions.
Wow. Yeah, you really thought you've been looking into this, huh?
I've been following it. Yeah, definitely. From, like I said, being from a development background, the tech really interests me.
How tough are the laws over there?
In South Africa, currently they haven't recognized cryptocurrency officially, so it's kind of still seen as a token. But we're not at the moment doing anything that we believe is wrong. So I think it's okay, but I think if this is going to expand beyond a certain point, there's certain limits that they have on investment portfolios, like I think 500 up to 500 investors. Then that's why we're looking at a better framework to actually allow this to expand a lot more. That's why we're also not taking it onto other platforms just yet. So there are certain limitations that you are here. I mean, we do have Bitcoin exchanges running legally in the country. So it should be just a matter of getting a better sort of legal entity behind it. And that might require us going to countries such as Isle of Man that recognize things like virtual companies to actually give a better legal framework, and then still keeping the local companies here to manage the actual day-to-day transactions, and just the cryptocurrency part of it could get managed offshore. But we're still exploring all our options because we'd really like to keep it local as much as possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys serve ice cream?
Not yet. No.
No.
No, we don't have space to make it. We have ice cream in the shop, but it's not our own homemade ice cream.
I make a really good gelato.
Oh, it's something you must come teach us.
If all you need is a cold elite machine, one of those cold elite ice cream makers. They're like $6,000. They're no joke, but
yeah.
But I know I have all the recipes from my previous bakery still.
Definitely
I grew up
area.
in. Oh man, I used to make cannoli gelato and Oreo gelato. I made the recipe for Oreo gelato. It took me a while to figure it out, but the secret ingredient is cinnamon.
Oh really?
That's how you make it taste like Oreos. You know how long I was crushing Oreos, I was putting real Oreos in there, and it still didn't taste like Oreo, and I was like, God damn it. You know, I would mix it in with the vanilla. Vanilla's a natural flavor enhancer. I figured if I mixed the crumbs of the Oreo, the ice cream would taste like Oreo. I'm sorry, it's gelato. There's a big difference between gelato and ice cream. You know what it is?
Yeah.
You know the difference?
Well, not really. No, tell me.
The base of ice cream is just milk or heavy cream.
Okay.
The base of gelato is more of an egg. The way it's made is with
okay.
It's milk. You put milk in a pot, and then you put the egg in there, and sugar, and a little bit of
so maybe that's what makes it more creamy.
Oh and it's more of like a stickier ice cream. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Well, I mean, like I said, you're welcome to come over anytime and show us some of your recipes. We'll definitely adopt.
A lot of people just think that gelato is the same thing as ice cream, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was big into that world at one point in time, and then I went to school for computers, and I ended up being a corporate slave.
Well, there's always time, man.
I
rekindle that passion.
I invested in BGCAFFE, man. I'm going to be out soon.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Maybe like 5 years, I'll be done.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe sooner. Really get this thing going, and
I could be one of your businesses here in New York City.
Yeah, we'd love to open in New York. That would be a real achievement.
They'd probably really get on me because I'm not much for laws.
Oh, okay. No, you have to do it by the book.
I'm not I'm corrupt, dude. If I was a cop, I'd be the most corrupt cop there is.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's one of the things that we've got to be careful with. You know, we've got to set the bar on this.
I have no respect for the law.
Okay.
I say that directly to cops. I have no respect for what they do, because I don't believe that they should be going around and harassing people with tickets. You know, we have the right to go back and forth without getting harassed. You know, for silly little things like a light out on your car, or tints on your car, or oh you swerved a little bit. You know,
I think sometimes it becomes like you see in some of the countries, like Australia and America, that they've enforced the law to such a point that it actually becomes like almost to you it becomes petty.
It's a cash register, bro. They find an excuse to pull you over, and then they give you a ticket for whatever they want. Yeah. One of them lied. Oh, you were on the cell phone. You didn't have to put it down. I wasn't on the cell phone. I had to go in front of the judge and tell them that their cop was a liar.
I don't think that went down well with the judge. Eh?
Oh, it did. I got off.
Oh, really?
Because he told me that he had it on video. I'm like, and I know that's impossible because my tints are like 0%. You can't see shit. So how do you have it on video? And he gave me a ticket for tints, you know. So
Yeah.
So I went up to the judge and I said, I'm here today because your officer said he's got a video of me on the phone when I was not on the phone, and he gave me a ticket for being on the phone. So I'm here today to see that video with you. And the cop showed up. He didn't have the video. They threw it out.
Oh well.
But
But
the fact is, it's kind of like a harassment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's unfortunate when it gets to that point, but you know, I think you got to see the other side of the coin as well. You know, if there's absolutely no policing, then
well, I believe that they should be there to protect people's property, to protect people from
people's rights.
hurting other people's property.
Mm.
You know, so yeah, they should be more old school where they're there to protect property. You know, from one person not violating the other person's property. You know, as far as rights, it goes hand in hand because your body is your property. It's the first piece of property you're born with. So, you know, that's all they're supposed to do is protect your property. You know, they're supposed to make sure that somebody else is not violating another person's property. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all they're supposed to do. Not go around and be a cash register for the government. You know, all these petty little tickets. That's ridiculous. You know, I used to own a bakery, and they would come in once a month, and it's a ticketing. It's just a way to make money. They would give us a ticket because the paper towels were on top of the sink and not underneath the sink. You know, they would find one person that didn't have a hat on, and that's another ticket.
Mm.
If they see a fly that they let in as they were walking in, that's another ticket. You see, it's really crazy here in New York. It's almost impossible to run a business where these corporations get off easy, and they could pay these tickets very simply.
Yeah.
You know, the problem here is the little mom and pop shops. You know, when they come every month and they're giving you $400 worth of bullshit tickets. You know, they're ridiculous. They're as ridiculous as I just told you. Those are real tickets I got for paper towels not being on top of the sink instead of underneath the sink.
Sure.
I
mean, I suppose that, you know, in a smaller business that becomes a huge impact.
You know, in Africa, you probably don't even have that, right? Where they walk in and they start inspecting everything.
We've got health inspectors. I mean, South Africa is a little bit different to the rest of Africa. I think it's you know, quite a modern infrastructure. So we do have health inspectors, and you do have to follow safety laws, but it's not as stringent. Definitely not as what you described.
Yeah,
but you do get inspected every now and then, and you know, there are certain things that they look for, that, you know, cleanliness, storage of stock, and, you know, general things that they do come and inspect.
Yeah, it's stock. That was another ticket. A little kink in a can. You know, say your supplier brings you a can of fruits and cans of whatever you buy from them. If there's a kink in the can, that's another ticket.
Kink in the can? Why?
You know, if there's like a
worried if there's a leakage from it or something.
Right. If there's a dent in any of the cans in your supply, that's another ticket.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like another level.
Yeah,
it's not like that. Yeah.
That's what it is here in New York City. That's why it's so difficult for mom and pop shops to get going over here. To, you know, and back in the day, you know, my father used to pay them off. You know, that's back in, you know, 20, 30 years ago when, you know, mafia was around, and, you know, that was they used to walk in, you know, they used to have some liquor, and, you know, used to pay them a few bucks and they used to leave. You know, these days you can't do that. They're very strict. They you know, and it's really ridiculous. I mean, you're lucky you're in South Africa. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I didn't go back into the bakery business.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, there must, yes, I suppose you just have to either be extremely diligent in following all the laws, or find another place to open the cafe. But yeah, I mean, it is something to look into. If you say it's that stringent there, then it is a bit of a deterrent.
right.
Um,
I think, oh, I think selling online is probably the best bet.
mm.
You know, and Jal says that he'd buy your cookies if they were sold online. He went to look at your website.
Okay. Well, if we sent them to New York, by the time they got there, I don't know if they'd be that fresh.
I
But
think
definitely,
I think Jal is in Europe somewhere.
oh, he's in Europe. Okay.
Hmm. But isn't it about packaging? You just need some good airtight packaging. It should last a couple days.
Yeah, I suppose if we went that route, but I think at the moment, our core business is what we're trying to focus on and get it expanded. Later on, if
Right.
there's capacity, we'll go into other types of things. Like one of the things that we're going to be doing now, in the original shop is putting up a stand where we can bring the freshly baked goods and bread. So now the original shop gets a benefit from the new shop, because we can get all sorts of new things freshly baked early in the morning and available there for people to take home after work. Being located in office parks has benefits that a lot of the people out of convenience would want to come do some quick shopping by you. So we're going to put up a stand with certain ingredients that you can buy from us, and some frozen lasagnas and quick meals that you can take home and just heat up.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of other avenues that are coming out of now having a bigger business.
Right. It all comes back down to making it easier for people to do, which is kind of the killer here in New York, where people go out and have these fast food places and compromise their health, but it's fast, so that's why it's so popular.
Yeah.
So
But I
it's
still think, I mean, you can still make things that are convenient but are healthy. I mean, like in Greece, our fast food is souvlaki, which is like a pita bread wrap with real good meat in it, chopped onions, tomato, tzatziki. So I mean, that is a really not a bad that as bad as the traditional hamburger that's filled with chemicals and preserved meat. And it's cheap. I mean, you can buy a souvlaki for like now €1.50, which is practically like $1.80. So, and it's a really filling meal. So it's not always that you can't do it. I think people have just gotten used to certain paradigms and conventions. I always think there's space to throw the market up, to try new things, and that's what we want to do. To try to make things convenient but still healthy, tasty, wholesome. I don't believe you have to sacrifice, you know, on food quality to get something convenient. Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, can you hear me now? Hello. No, it looks like we lost him. In 1 second, we shall call him back. He's probably like, "It's my time to go." Hmm? Yeah, he sounds like a really. This BG Cafe is real. I'm impressed. It's not just you know it's not just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a coffee shop," or even most of the asset guys. It's mostly promises. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and in reality, we nothing happened. Nothing ever happens, and sometimes they just leave. Give me 1 second. We'll call him back. It looks like we have a Skype issue. This is killer. Yeah. Yeah, so that's BG Cafe is proven to be really good. We're probably just gonna end it soon, guys, because it's coming upon an hour. All right, Mr. Philippe. Philippe sounds more French than Greek. There we go. He's coming. His Skype picture is him chilling.
Hi, we're back again.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there.
Not sure either. But yeah.
It's more. I think it was a Skype connection issue. I had to close Skype and reopen it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm very impressed with what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
You know, there's not many people that actually have something that's real. Your asset is real. I mean, it's an actual up. It's a shop that's already up.
Yeah, and on its way to its second one as well. So
and it's already in the making. Where a lot of these, offerings, whether it be coin or asset, are promises. This is what we're doing. This is what it's going to be. And it takes a long time, and there's probably 75% of them like that.
It might fail as well.
Right. You don't even know if it's going to work. So, and a lot of them are technological, of course. But yeah, I'm impressed. I'm very, very happy with that. It's kind of like SuperNet radio asset, SNRN. I didn't put it out till the radio station was up and running, until we had quite a bit of history behind us. We had a lot of shows. We have over 100 shows now already made. And
well, I mean, that's the key thing, I think. With all the cryptonet hype, it's easy for people to just become speculatory. Just to be looking at pumps and dumps and trying to make quick money. But,
right.
But, this really has to change. I mean, a real economy has to be built on real business and real values.
Right, like a real investment. Like you invest in Microsoft, and you invest in big companies, and it's a long-term investment. You have a nice portfolio full of good investments, and sometimes they pay dividends.
I mean, eventually we would like something like BGCAFFE assets to be part of proper investment portfolios that are looking for, more stable type of investments. Because, I mean, this type of business, what's nice about it, it might not give you fantastic returns. Something that a mining asset could give you, but it's going to be sure. These type of businesses stay around for a long time and generally give you a consistent return. And that's really what you want to sort of mix your portfolio. If you're going to be investing in a couple of things, you want to have maybe a few high-risk investments, maybe put 20% of your portfolio there, but you want to have the majority of your portfolio in something that's going to be solid and very sure.
Right. I have a few select that I keep in my crypto portfolio. I have SuperNet. I have the SuperNet times 2. I have the Skynet. I have BGCAFFE. So a little bit of everything, but these are like real projects. BT Core. Have you ever heard of BT Core?
I've seen the asset. I'm not quite aware of what they do though.
It's a precious. They trade precious metals on the real indexes.
Yeah.
And they have incorporated it into an asset where people, the money made by the asset or by the monetary, they also use the monetary system for a more volatile trading. Mm-hmm. And when you buy it, they use that money to invest in the indexes, and then whatever profit is made is given back. Is given back to the asset holders in dividends.
Yes.
By using that.
I mean, that's the principle of any good investment portfolio. You want to have a bit of diversity. You want to have your risk spread, to low risk and high risk, and then you come back after a few years, 5 years, and you actually find that you've really benefited from this. Whereas if you're only speculatory, you're bound to burn yourself at some point.
And the guy behind it, he does it for a living, so he makes money doing that for a living. So he's incorporated into an asset. So and that's the great part about it. That's what we want to see. We want to see people that they use their real world talents and incorporate crypto into it.
For sure.
So I'm really impressed with what you're doing. I hope you come back for an update. Give us an update. Let us know when your next cafe is out.
Yeah, it will be early August. That's our schedule. So definitely, sometime in August. And I think, when we've got some good news as well about further steps that we've made in terms of the framework and platform. That's I think where you should just keep an eye out on the forums. We'll be announcing, certain when we make certain breakthroughs. We'll definitely let you know then, and perhaps have another SuperNet Radio interview regarding that aspect, because I think that's quite interesting.
You come on SuperNet Slack. You can make your own channel. Nosh will make a channel for you just for BGCAFFE, okay. And you'll have your own little community in that channel in the Slack, where people can ask questions about it, and you can respond to investors or curious people.
Sounds like a plan. No, definitely. I'll sign up soon.
Jal thought you ran out to get a cappuccino before.
No, it's a bit late now. Closed since 5.
All right, Philippe. It's been great. It's been about an hour now. I really enjoyed talking to you. I'm really excited to see such a business entrepreneur, actually doing something, and have something. You actually have a real brick and mortar business, and you're incorporating it into the NXT world.
No, well, I'm glad we could have this chat. It's been good. Also, that offer to give the 100 BGCAFFE assets, I don't know who that goes to now, but if you send me, because nobody really called in.
You know what? Send over 10 BGCAFFE, and I'll send it over to Jal, because he's been asking a lot of questions.
He's been quite active.
Yeah, he's really been a hit over here. He's actually been making me laugh.
That's great.
He's a character.
All right, just send me the address and I'll send him over.
Okay. Okay, Jal, if you're listening, put your NXT address here, and I'll paste it to Philippe. He's not inside our Slack yet. And I'll also send you the invite for the Slack. There's actually like a generic invite out there where you send an email, and it's open to everybody. We have over, I think we have almost like 900 people in here right now.
Sure. Yeah, you can get busy.
Oh yeah.
All right,
brother.
Thanks,
I gotta get ready for work.
Yeah. Keep well. I'm gonna go to get some sleep. All right. Cheers, man.
All right, have a good night, buddy. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
No, well, he was interesting, right, guys? Very, very happy with BGCAFFE and what they're doing. I wasn't joking when I got to get ready for slavery. So I am going to go do that. And I hope you enjoyed the introduction to BGCAFFE. And this is Lutz signing out.